the Cartographer of Clouds. Karen traced the worn lines of the willow tree bark, its deep grooves mirroring the furrows in her brow. The wind whispered secrets through its weeping branches, a language she once understood but now felt slipping through her fingers like grains of sand. Willow Creek, her childhood haven, now seemed to mock her with its serene indifference. She felt like a fractured mirror, reflecting a distorted image of the vibrant woman she used to be. Karen was a cartographer of clouds, mapping the ever-shifting landscapes of her mind. Her inner world had been a realm of vibrant sunsets and gentle rain for years. But lately, storm clouds had gathered, blotting out the sun, and the rain had turned to a relentless, icy drizzle. Anxiety, a relentless tide, gnawed at the shores of her sanity, threatening to pull her under. Her therapist, Dr. Anya Sharma, had called it generalized anxiety disorder, a label that felt as sterile and inadequate as a hospital gown. It was more than just worry, it was a constant hum of dread, a feeling of being perpetually on the edge of a precipice. Sleep offered no respite, only a descent into a labyrinth of nightmares where her fears materialized into grotesque gargoyles. The lyrics of an old song, a relic from a happier time, echoed in her mind, "Believe in yourself." Right from the start, the words felt like a cruel joke. How could she believe in herself when she felt like a stranger in her own skin? The magic, the spark that had once fueled her creativity and joy, seemed to have vanished, leaving behind a hollow shell. One blustery afternoon, while seeking solace beneath the willow, she stumbled upon a faded journal tucked within a hollow in the tree. Its pages were filled with elegant script, detailing the life of a woman named Alara, who had lived in Willow Creek a century ago. Alara's words resonated with Karen, describing a similar struggle against the shadows within. Alara wrote, "The mind is a garden, and we are its gardeners. We must tend to it with care, weeding out the fears that choke the blooms of our spirit." A flicker of hope ignited within Karen's heart. Alara's words were a lifeline, a reminder that she wasn't alone in her battle. Perhaps, just perhaps, she could learn to navigate the treacherous terrain of her mind, to redraw the map of her inner world. Perhaps she could find her way back home. Karen began to see her anxiety not as an enemy, but as a distorted messenger, trying to tell her something. She started practicing mindfulness, learning to observe her thoughts without judgment, like clouds drifting across the sky. She picked up her paintbrushes again, tentatively at first, then with growing confidence. She painted her anxieties as swirling, abstract shapes, giving form to the formless dread that haunted her. She began to weave tapestries of her dreams, using vibrant colors to capture the fleeting images that danced at the edge of her consciousness. Dr. Sharma encouraged her to explore cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a tool to challenge and reframe negative thought patterns. It was like learning a new language, the language of self-compassion. Slowly, painstakingly, Karen began to rewrite the narrative of her life. She started to believe, not because someone told her to, but because she chose to. She chose to believe in the magic that still flickered within her heart, a tiny ember refusing to be extinguished. Karen's art began to resonate with others. Her paintings, once expressions of her private turmoil, became windows into the shared experience of navigating the complexities of the human mind. Her tapestries, woven with threads of vulnerability and hope, sparked conversations about mental health, breaking down the stigma that had kept so many in the shadows. She started a support group, a safe space where others could share their stories, their fears, and their triumphs. She became a beacon, a cartographer not just of her own inner world, but of the collective consciousness of those seeking solace and understanding. One evening, under the watchful gaze of the old willow, Karen received a message from a woman who had been struggling with severe depression. The woman wrote about how Karen's art and her story had given her a glimmer of hope, a belief that healing was possible. Tears streamed down Karen's face as she read the message. It was a validation of her journey, a testament to the power of vulnerability and the transformative potential of art. Years passed. Karen continued to navigate the ever-shifting landscape of her mind, but now she did so with a sense of groundedness, a deep understanding of her own resilience. The storms still came, but she had learned to weather them, to find the beauty in the aftermath, the rainbow that often followed the rain. She had become a weaver of hope, a cartographer of the human spirit. One day, Karen returned to Willow Creek, not seeking solace, but offering it. She sat beneath the willow, its branches now heavy with age, and smiled. The whispers of the wind still spoke to her, but now she understood their language. They spoke of resilience, of growth, of the interconnectedness of all things. They spoke of the magic that resides within each of us, waiting to be discovered. Epilogue: The Cartographer's Legacy. Karen's journey was a testament to the power of self-belief. It was a reminder that mental health challenges are not a sign of weakness, but an opportunity for growth, a chance to rewrite the narrative of our lives. Her legacy lived on not just in her art, but in the countless lives she touched, the seeds of hope she planted in the hearts of others. She showed the world that even when lost in the darkest of storms, the path home is always within us, waiting to be rediscovered. The magic, she realized, wasn't something external, but an intrinsic part of her, a spark that could never be extinguished. It was the ability to believe, not because someone told her to, but because she chose to. And in choosing to believe in herself, she empowered others to do the same. The Cartographer of Clouds had finally mapped the most important territory of all, the landscape of the human heart. And in doing so, she found her own way home,